A dim office. A single monitor glows in the darkness. On the screen is a person who does not exist. The name is real. The photographs look convincing. The background story feels complete. There are documents, messages, and a history that appears to stretch back years. But behind the identity is nothing. No childhood, no family, no records, no person. Just a carefully constructed illusion. For months, people trusted the stranger. Companies opened doors. Officials answered questions. Online communities welcomed someone they believed they understood. The terrifying part was not that the identity was fake. It was that almost nobody noticed. Because in the modern world, a person is no longer introduced by a handshake. They are introduced by a profile picture. And when those pieces are carefully designed, a story that feels a fictional person can begin to feel more real than reality itself. The question investigators would eventually have to answer was simple. Who was behind the mask? And how had one fake identity managed to fool so many people? The story begins with a name appearing in places where it should not have been. A profile joins conversations. It shares opinions. It builds relationships. Every interaction adds another layer to the character. A few messages become hundreds. A few photographs become a complete life. The person behind the account understands something important. People do not verify everything. They fill in the gaps themselves. A friendly message suggests personality. A believable photograph suggests a past. A confident explanation suggests expertise. The human brain connects the pieces automatically. And that is exactly what makes a fake identity powerful. It does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be believable. Across the internet, countless identities are created every day. Some are harmless. Others are designed with a purpose. A fake identity can be used to gain trust, collect information, influence decisions, or simply hide the person who created it. The strongest deception is not built from one impossible lie. It is built from hundreds of small details that appear normal. A username, a photo, a comment, a conversation. Each one seems insignificant. Together, they create a person. For the people who encountered this identity, there was nothing obviously suspicious at first. The messages sounded natural. The stories seemed consistent. The person appeared to have memories, experiences, and opinions. But slowly, small cracks began to appear. A detail changed. A story did not match. A piece of information could not be confirmed. The identity that had seemed solid started to feel strangely empty. Investigators often describe these moments as the point where a digital illusion begins to collapse. Not because one huge mistake exposes everything, but because many small questions begin pointing in the same direction. Who is this person? Where did they come from? Why does every answer disappear when someone looks closer? The search moved beyond the profile. Behind every digital identity is a trail, login records, images, messages, connections, tiny pieces of evidence that reveal the difference between a real person and a carefully designed character. The internet had allowed someone to build a perfect disguise, but it had also created a permanent record of the disguise being built. Eventually, the truth behind the identity began to surface. The person everyone thought they knew was not who they appeared to be. The photographs were not proof. The stories were not memories. The history was not real. It was a performance. And the audience had unknowingly participated in creating the illusion. What made the case so unsettling was not simply the deception itself. It was how easily ordinary people accepted something that had never truly existed. Because the fake identity did not succeed by defeating technology. It succeeded by understanding people. It used the same things that connect the world together: curiosity, trust, and the desire to believe there is another human being on the other side. Today, creating a convincing identity is easier than ever. A photograph can be generated. A background can be invented. A personality can be written. A digital person can be assembled piece by piece. The line between real and artificial has become harder to see. And perhaps the most uncomfortable lesson is this: the greatest disguise is not the one that hides someone's face. It is the one that creates a face everyone wants to believe in. Because in a world built on information, the most dangerous lie may not be a false statement. It may be a completely fictional person.